One of my favorite spots on the Gulf Coast in Sarasota is the home of John and Mable Ringling of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. And as you can see, this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful tour. Okay, I've been coming here, the first time I was here was in 1965. Of course, I was a little younger then, just a wee bit. But he built this house, and the state took it over, I think it was about 40, 50 years ago. As you can see, it's a magnificent home, and words cannot describe. Not to mention, it's my past, it's the present, it's the future. So let's go.
Catazan means House of John in Old Venetian dialect. Construction on the mansion was started in 1924 and completed Christmas of 1925 at a cost of $1.5 million. John and Mable Ringling admired the style of the Ducal Palace and Cade d'Oro in Venice, Italy. The home was designed in the style called Venetian Gothic architecture, as evidenced in its tile floors and Gothic-styled windows.
And we're at the actual Ringling home itself. We're in the waiting section where the tour will start. And this is probably used as a solarium at one time. You can see out there, which we'll get a closer view later, is the beautiful Sarasota Bay, where John and Mabel's guests would pull up in their yachts and debark and have wonderful parties, and you could just feel what went on here. And I think we're all going to be amazed at the way this man lived. So here we go.
We enter the residence through a beautiful golden hand-carved door, which leads to the entrance foyer. The room is furnished with beautiful antique furniture and chairs, fabulous tapestries, and other artwork adorn the walls. We enter the court. The court is where all the indoor entertaining took place. With a beautiful fireplace, the room is large and open to the second floor, which surrounds the room with a balcony. A beautiful piano graces the room. Original sheet music is displayed, as well as photos of Mable and her family. This beautiful crystal chandelier was purchased by Mable from the original Waldorf Astoria Hotel in New York City. One of the most noticeable features of the mansion are the hand-carved and painted ceilings. In the ballroom, a rich yellow brocade enhances the copper gold of the coffered ceiling. The ceiling was painted by Willie Pogani and depicts dances of different nations. The ballroom is furnished with fabulous artwork, and when parties were held, all the furniture was removed from the dance floor. Walnut makes the rich paneling of the dining room with refectory tables and chairs of the same wood in Italian Renaissance style. The breakfast room was used when the Ringlings dined with the family. At the long carved oak table, they and their guests could sit in the tall back chairs and look out across the terrace to the bay. Art from the Ringling collection hangs on the wall. Here in the pantry, a portion of the Ringling silver and china is displayed in cases and cupboards. Here also, in a glass case, is a scale model of the Xylophus, which was wrecked on a sandbar in 1930. Beyond the larger pantry lies the ample kitchen, with its massive range and extensive refrigeration system. Throughout the Catazan, the window panes are of Venetian glass, tinted in shades of rose, amethyst, purple, green, and straw. Tradition has it that the 7 arched bronze frames of the Gothic pointed windows opening into the terrace were brought from Europe by Mrs. Ringling. The secret garden was started by Mable Ringling. Mable placed all the plants that were given to her in the secret garden while wintering at Sarasota. She loved to entertain her house guests by touring them through the garden. John and Mable Ringling are buried just north of the garden. Mable Ringling's 27,225 square foot garden was completed in 1913 and is patterned after a wagon wheel, which is a traditional Italian garden design. The historic grounds are home to a terrific variety of trees, including the incredible banyan trees. These huge trees have roots growing from its branches to the ground. In addition to the mansion, there are several museums on the property. At the Tibbles Learning Center, there is an exhibition of circus posters. The cornerstone of the Circus Museum's Tibbles Learning Center is the world's largest miniature circus, the Howard Brothers Circus model. The model is a replica of Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus from 1919 to 1938. It was created over a period of more than 50 years by master model builder and philanthropist Howard Tibbles. One unique piece of memorabilia is a car used by Lou Jacobs, the most famous clown. Also an exhibition in the Circus Museum is the Wisconsin, the private rail car of John and Mable Ringling, built in 1905. And of course, the museum has an entire room dedicated to the greatest circus movie, The Greatest Show on Earth. This is Arthur Neal, thanking you for joining me and our host Joel Q on the tour of the world-famous John Ringling home in Sarasota, Florida.